Lately, I have had a string of clients who have come to me about their issues around the law of attraction and manifesting what they want in their life. Of course, I had to look at what I was attracting in this and realize that I have some very strong views about LOA, especially around financial abundance, and I wasn't expressing that publicly. Cosmic ordering. I do believe we attract what we vibrate, but I don't agree with a lot of New Age principles whereby we put our order into the universe and sit back and wait for it to manifest. It only leads to getting our knickers in a twist if it doesn't show up when we want it to happen. I was very much into LOA at one time, and for years I anguished over divine timing and being patient. Like a petulant child, I was grumpy that I wasn't getting what I wanted and when I wanted it. But then I tried yet another tactic to get what I wanted and still tried to be patient. What techniques could I apply to speed it up? What wasn't I doing right? How was I blocking my flow? It was like wanting to be a fairy princess and demanding my tiara. Or applying Zen to an A-type driven personality. I was just pretending to be patient. Facade of words. Don't get me started on making sure I only speak positively, and what I say is what I get back. I do believe in cause and effect, but a lot of LOA teachings create such a fear that what you say may attract something negative. They don't see that it's just putting icing on a rotten cake. I would rather someone said how they were really feeling and be authentic, rather than only hearing what they want to manifest. We do far better getting to where we want to go by accepting where we are at. Otherwise, we are resisting what is, and that's the level our energy vibrates at. I have moved way faster to where I want to be by allowing myself to be angry and express it. Not to get to where I wanted to be, but to be true to myself in the moment. The side effect of that is that I created more of what I wanted. But it wasn't the goal in expressing myself in that way. I wasn't following a prescription. Trust in Spirit. Spirit always has a bigger plan for you than the one you have for yourself. When I was writing my Clear Ancestral Energies course, I just knew it was what I was meant to do. It took me months of soul growth and hard work, and at the end of writing, I had 37 cents to my name. I wasn't doing many client sessions. My energy was meant to go into writing the course. I just trusted it was right, and I would be taken care of. Since then, I have earned more in a quarter of a year than I have all last year. Do what you love. That doesn't mean you find something to love so you can get the money. That means focus on your passion. Do what you love. Sure, we all need money to live, but focusing on the money as a reflection of our ability to manifest, or proving that God loves us, or thinking we have the willpower to create what we want, is only going to lead to frustration and disappointment. Your financial situation and your ability to manifest money should not be tied into your self-esteem. Co-creating with Spirit. If you're going to live a spirit-driven life, then you have to factor Spirit into the equation. It's not you directing Spirit about what you want from your ego. It's you allowing Spirit in so that Spirit can direct you. But because we have trust issues, we think we can stay in control and tell Spirit what to do. It's the other way around. Spirit will guide us, but we have to trust the process. There is a point where you throw in the towel and give up controlling, let go of the reins, and give in. That doesn't mean you end up like a limp lettuce leaf circling the drain. You can still be just as fired up as before, but you make room for a journey and not just the destination. Know when to work and when to take a break. One of the biggest concerns I notice with people is they think the law of attraction should be easy. It should flow. And if it's not, they think they're doing something wrong. I have found sometimes what's needed to get to where you want to be is a lot of hard work. But in that journey, you have to know how to look after yourself and find a balance between work and rest. Being authentic. If your intention is to control the impression you create to God and the world in order to get what you want, then all you're doing is putting out fear and control. I know people who have tons of fears and insecurities, myself included, who do well financially because they are being authentic and are prepared to learn their lessons along the way and take the journey and grow in spirit.